All right. So this week we are going to start going over the impacts of animal agriculture. Talking about some of the impacts that animal agriculture have on our world and our society and industry and on your daily life. If you go to Canvas, you should see some activities up for today. I'm working on getting everything up for the rest of the week. But if you click the animal byproduct notes, it will pull this page up. And it will actually load the PowerPoint right here in Canvas. And so you can type on it right here in Canvas, or you could just click on it and it will pull up a copy for you. And then when you go back to Canvas, it will have the changes that you made to it, and you just have to click submit here and it should submit it. If for some reason you don't see it down here like that, you can also click there and it'll do the same deal where you have to make a copy and all like you usually do. So this way is a little bit different, hopefully a little bit easier for everyone. So once you click it and it pulls it up and makes a copy, you'll go through and there's some slides. We're gonna actually go through this together. So if you wanna go ahead and get it out so that you can go along with us. If not, you'll have to come back and rewatch the video.
Hey, Ms. Dawn.
Yes.
Mine says it still says access denied when I click the what the heck is it? The notes. Unauthorized.
It says denied when you click the link for the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me fix that. All right, try to refresh and try it again, and I think it should work.
It still says I still got access denied.
Is anybody else having issues with it?
Mine says access denied too.
Does it just say it on like on the canvas, or did you try clicking that other link too?
I'm doing mine on Canvas. That's the only one I've tried.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing too. It just says access denied.
This is access denied when you go to Canvas.
Okay, try it one more time and see if that works.
All right, I got it.
Yay!
It's working.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this animal agriculture video is actually it's your part of your assignment by yourself today with Ed Puzzle. So we're not gonna go through and watch that one. All right, I believe in this first page. All right, you should have 2 blank sections, 2 black boxes on yours. And I'm gonna give you a couple minutes, not 10 minutes. And you're gonna write down as many animal products and animal byproducts. Can anybody tell me what the difference in an animal product versus an animal byproduct would be? Can anybody tell me what an animal product might be?
Like leather.
Leather. So leather would be a byproduct from cows. Good. So you have your animal products that are going to be products that animals can make directly. So animals directly give us meat. You know, we use their muscles, their everything for meat. And then they also give us eggs, you know, chickens, turkeys, they all give us eggs. They give us milk to drink. And then we use that milk to make cheese and things like that. So products are going to be the things that directly come from the animal. And then the byproducts are going to be those things that the animal provides, but maybe we have to do something to it to make it. So for example, leather, you know, you have to dry out the cowhide and turn it into leather and go through that whole process. And so that would be a byproduct. Some other byproducts might be gelatin. I don't know if y'all knew, but gelatin, which is in Jello, is actually a byproduct. It comes from animals. So take a couple minutes, brainstorm, and in your 2 boxes, you're going to write some products and then animal byproducts that you find in animals or that you can think of. I'll give you about 1 minute to do. right, on the next page, you should see some scrambled letters, and then you're supposed to put the answer for what those are, unscramble the letters to see what products they produce. So ruminants and other animals, so ruminants are going to be a animal that has a 4-compartment stomach, which we'll talk more in depth about when we get to digestion. But they eat feed and materials that humans can't. So what are some things that animals eat that humans cannot eat?
Grass.
Good, yes, grass, hay. Those are 2 of the main things that animals eat that, I mean, I guess humans could eat it, but it's probably A, not good for you, and B, we don't have the correct digestion system to be able to digest it well. So it's probably not going to be the best option for food. But they eat hay and grass, and they can easily convert those materials into food that humans will eat. So down here, you're putting your answers from unscrambling. So these are 3 of the livestock products that we get: meat that comes directly from the animal, eggs, and milk. All right, some other livestock products that we get food, so meat, milk, cheese, and eggs. So these are sectioned into category. Clothing, so wool, leather from hides. Shelter, so tents from hides. This may not be as common now, but especially in older days when they would use tents from hides for shelter before they had other things to use for tents, that was a big component of shelter, being able to have shelter. All right, and then number 4 is going to be power. So if you've ever, well, I'm sure you have, but if you ever talked about cars or trucks and talked about the horsepower behind them, that actually comes from the term of horses pulling things like plows, carriages, things like that. And the horses were actually the power behind it. And so depending on how many horses you had to use to pull a carriage or to pull a plow, that was how many horsepower. So 2 horsepower, 3 horsepower, 4 horsepower. So that's actually where that name for horsepower comes from. And so in some of the less developed countries, we still use horses, we still use ox, different animals as power to help with power. All right, recreation. So I know we have some students in here that do some horseback riding. So we do horseback riding as competition, just for fun. And then we also do rodeos, so for entertainment. And then we also use different products for fuel. So we can take the manure from our animals and use it as a material for methane gas or biodigesters. Right, so, and then we also have a lot of other less developed countries that use this for a lot of fuel. We don't use it as much here for fuel. We use a lot of the manure for compost and things like that. We don't use it as much here in the United States for fuel. So at the bottom of that slide, yours should have a place where you put what animal products you've used today. So think about if you ate breakfast this morning, you may have already used some products. For example, if you ate bacon, bacon is a product of an animal. Sausage. If you ate cereal, the milk that came with it. If you drank milk. If you put on clothing this morning, hopefully you did. Clothing comes from agriculture, comes from cotton. If you have anything leather on, leather comes directly from animals. Can anybody think of any other things that you might have used so far today that might be from animals? All right. So going from the next page, y'all's has a box where you are to drag and drop the products that are made from animals and not made from animals, according to what you think. So I'll give you a second to drag and drop those options to see which of those products you think were made or not made from animals. So some of the products that we're looking at, we have chewing gum, which is in the glass container, lipstick. Don't know if y'all know what this is. Does anybody know what this one is?
Film?
Yes, so I wasn't sure if y'all would know, but yes, that is camera film from old like disposable cameras. That's the type of film we used to have to take into a store and give it to them, and they would develop it and then give you the paper pictures. So this is margarine. It's biomargarine. This red thing here is Jello. And then you have marshmallows. These are glue sticks. This is candy. And then this is fertilizer. Like fertilizer that you would put on plants. All right, so there's one specific one on here that is not made from animals. Does anybody have a guess on which one that might be? Any guesses? No? No guesses? All right, well, surprisingly, well, it might be a surprise to you, but it's actually the margarine is the one that is not made from animals. So, you see margarine, you probably think this is just butter, and butter is made from animals, but this is biomargarine, so it's not a true butter form, and so this one is not made from animals. All right, so wool. So wool comes from the coat of the animal. That's where we get the wool. Leather, we talked about from animal hides. Candy and chewing gum. So this is a good fact for you to know. They both actually contain some stuff from animal fat that is in them. So candy and chewing gum have animal fat. Gelatin, so like the gelatin that's in Jello, comes from the horns, hooves, bones, and hides. Glue, cosmetics, waxes, soap, lubricants, brushes, etc. also come from horns, hooves, bones, and hides. And then animal feeds from scrap meat, bones, and blood meal. So some things like dog food, cat food, other types of food, they mix in some of the scrap meat, some of the bones, and the blood meal to help give it a more authentic type of taste. So that also comes from animals. So here you see different types of wool, mainly from sheep. right? There are actually some medicines that come from animals. So insulin's used to treat diabetics. So at one time in history, it was actually taken from the livestock pancreas to be used in the human. Today, they produce a more of a different type of medicine through biotechnology, but it does still have some livestock pancreas insulin as well in it, but not as much. All right, another medicine is heparin. So this is actually taken from livestock lungs, and it's used for blood clotting. So if you've ever had a cut and your cut eventually stops bleeding, it clots itself so that it stops bleeding. Well, sometimes people have blood clots like that in their veins and arteries, and you don't want that to happen all the time, and so they give them like blood thinners or something. And so if they were continuously bleeding and were not able to clot, then they would be put on heparin to help with clotting. Right, and then many other medicines are used to treat thyroid issues, allergies, and respiratory diseases. So lanolin is an oil that's produced from sheepskin. And then fertilizer, printer ink, lubricants are from inedible beef fats and proteins. All right, any questions on that, on those products and byproducts that we get from animals? We did have a good question from a student. They asked if beer really comes from animals. Beer does not directly come from animals. Beer is usually some form of crop, some form of a grain that's usually like soaked in, I don't remember what it's soaked in or what they use. It's like a barley or a yeast, and so it usually kind of ferments. That's how you get beers, taking barley and yeast and letting it ferment. But sometimes there are some products in beer, like gelatin. Sometimes they use gelatin for certain aspects of beer that are made from animals, but not beer directly is not made from animals. Any other questions about products that may or may not have been made from animals? Marshmallows, yep, marshmallows are made, well, not them directly, but again, they have the that ingredient that helps make them sticky, kind of like gum, that is made from animals and comes from the animal fat. So marshmallows, there's an ingredient in them that is made from animals. Any other questions about byproducts of the animals? All right, we're gonna go deeper into this and have y'all kind of look up some things this week and find out some new products maybe that you didn't know came from animals, because more than likely every day you're using some sort of product from an animal. So this week you'll be going through and learning more about that. All right, we're gonna look quickly at your assignment for today, and then I'm gonna take attendance. All right, so if you go to your week 8 playlist for Monday, again, it's just an Ed puzzle video and questions for you to complete. So you can complete it right here in Canvas, or if you click it, I believe it'll take you out to Ed puzzle as well. If you're having issues with it, let me know so we can work on it. Tomorrow, if you've seen on the playlist, we will not have a live Zoom tomorrow. I will record a video for tomorrow and post it. So you'll have that to watch for your assignment, but I will not be here. I have a doctor's appointment, so I will not be here tomorrow. So you'll be doing just asynchronous tomorrow. And then Wednesday is asynchronous as well. So tomorrow's video will go over tomorrow's assignment and Wednesday's assignment. Also tomorrow I will have some sort of check-in or Google form or something to fill out for your attendance. So make sure that you complete that as well. Any questions on that? All right, let me get this done. All right, Corbin, are you here today? Zanaya? Taquandre? Callie?
Here.
Thank you. Sarah?
Here.
Thank you, ma'am. Jalen?
Here.
Thank you. Michaela? Autumn Fairbanks?
Here.
Thank you. Logan?
Here.
Thank you. Ted?
Here.
Thank you. Anaya?
Here.
Thank you. Hal? Edwin? Braden? John? Jaden?
Here.
Thank you. Josiah?
I'm here.
Thank you, Josiah. David?
Here.
Thank you. Shakira? Kelsey?
Here.
Thank you. Wilson?
Here.
And Autumn Whaley?
Here.
Thank you. For your PowerPoint that we were going through that you were filling out some notes on, you'll hold on to that. So remember where you put it in your Google Drive. You'll hold on to that. You'll finish it up tomorrow, I believe. And then you'll submit that when we're done. Any questions on any of that? All right, well, feel free to stay on if you need help. If not, have a great day. Remember, I won't see you till Thursday.
Miss Tart,
Yes.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 0 in the grade book for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had finally finished. You sent me stuff for the study guide so I could take the quiz. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you about the 0. That was it.
Okay, so is it the quiz or the study guide that's the 0?
This study guide.
Okay, so I'll go in and get that fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a nice day.
Thank
And see
you,
you
too.
Thursday.
Yep,
See you
Thursday.
All right. Bye.
Bye.